Well, we're into a new year, and a number of executives will be starting to return over the next couple of weeks as we sort of are at the tail end of the Christmas, New Year holiday period. As you come back into the year ahead, you really want to be thinking about your career plans and have a formal process in place to make sure you have a really clear understanding of what you're trying to achieve in the year ahead. And I think the main message I want to give you is I want you to start to really think about yourself in terms of a career portfolio. What are the different aspects of your work life, your career that are going to complement each other and really diversify your interests? So, thinking about yourself in terms of different sources of income that you might potentially be able to generate in the year ahead. I think that's going to be a key thing for a lot of executives, particularly with a very topsy turvy market predicted. There is a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of challenges on a global stage. I'm personally not too worried about what might come our way because I'm thinking that as long as you have your plans in place, your plan A and plan B and plan C, you can weather any storm that comes your way. But one of the primary ways you do that is by being really sensible with your wealth management strategy and to put in place a number of mechanisms to secure those multiple streams of income. So, as an executive, thinking about how you're going to commercialize yourself within your main employment contract, how are you going to continue to add value, really be an invaluable employee, and how are you going to ride the artificial intelligence wave? There is no doubt that AI is going to dramatically change every business on the planet in terms of workflows, the tools that are being used. And as an executive, you have an absolute obligation to be ahead of the curve here. I spent a lot of my time over the break studying different AI tools. There are thousands and thousands of them, and you can't just rely on Chat GPT. You've got to be thinking about different tools that you should be learning, harnessing, and how are you going to be using them to make yourself a more effective individual, but also how it's going to impact workflow within the workplace. And of course, we've got a whole conversation that's going to come through here around ethics around artificial intelligence, how it's being used, companies are using the technology going forward, and how you're going to embrace it and which parts of it you're going to be really careful about going forward. There's no doubt there's a lot to happen on that front. So, um, and in my opinion, what we're going to see is massive disruption overnight. We're going to see industries literally have to turn on their head. Things that, were one way are literally going to change. So it's an imperative on every individual to really be embracing this and thinking about it and how they're going to incorporate this into their plans. That leads me into the whole component around professional development, training, reskilling, maybe getting yourself ready to pivot into other industries. What's your side hustle plan? Do you have a business on the side? What can you do to really make yourself this well rounded executive? And one of those key components might be just having that really clear career plan for the C suite roles or the executive director level roles, moving up the corporate chain, up the corporate ladder, really making sure you're maximizing your income and your earning potential where that's concerned. But then also thinking about the education piece, the training, what skills do you still need to bring into the mix? And even for the most senior executives, always looking at ways to reinvent and to bring in new skills. Now, as a board director, there's a constant stream of things I need to be across. As a human resources manager, I need to be across a lot of legislative change. I'm obviously in my business thinking about AI and building up my skills where that's concerned. I'm also looking at different sort of aspects like mediation. I might become a qualified mediator this year. So there's all sorts of things I'm looking to build on myself, and you should be thinking along the same lines. How do you get yourself to another level and also just build that personal satisfaction, that career challenge into your career pathway? Don't rely on anyone else. It's a bit like Mel Robbins saying, no one is coming. No one's coming to really set your career pathway up for you and put it all out to you on a silver platter. You still have to have a degree of really strong work ethic and hunger to get ahead in life. And, by having clear plans, having clear goals, being really across, what you're trying to achieve throughout the year, it will make things easier. And in particular, what it will do is help you spot a good career opportunity when it comes your way. And conversely, when you see something that's not quite right, you're not going to go down that rabbit hole. You're not going to get confused. You're not going to, embark on things that don't align with your overall career direction. It's going to be a very interesting year. I think it will be challenging for some who get caught off guard, but for those that are prepared, you're going to walk into this year in an incredible sense of control. No curveball is going to throw you off your overall game plan. And even if the sky falls in, even if the aliens arrive, even if anything crazy happens on a world stage, I still think you'd be able to be successful if you've got those crystal clear plans for the year ahead.